Hey everyone, we just want to let you know that our team is aware of the stuttering issues that are affecting the broadcast, but just to be 100% clear, it is not impacting the players on stage whatsoever, which is the most important thing, hands down, and we hope to have a fix as soon as possible. We thank you all so much for your patience. We hope that regardless, you're still enjoying the matchup, and we thank you so much for joining us here back in the analyst desk as we get ready to discuss what we just saw in that first half, because you know what? It's kind of like that meme. They had us in the first half, not gonna lie. It was looking all right for them so far, but I just got word that we are going to be jumping back in the game. So apologies for that. Let's actually send it back over to the casters and get into the action, and then we'll talk about it later.
All right, back in the action, and hopefully not too much stuttering. Sorry about that. I was chewing on the cables earlier. Got a bit hungry. But yeah, back into the match that matters now here between Fnatic and Sentinels. Map number 2, of course, is the Sentinels that need to take it. Yeah. They have any chance of staying in the series and staying in the tournament.
This composition is so good on the defense side, but this pistol round is going to matter so much.
So important. A lot of time for these teams to think about what exactly you want to do, but already you can see a lot of players of Fnatic just grouped up. Double duelist play. The Excels are just fast bursts into the side, a bit of a jumping from TenZ. Not sure if he saw them there. Smoke going to be placed now up into heaven. Paranoia also primed. There's a dash forwards, but that wall, it's
nice
interesting. Wall. Yeah, blocks them off. Removes one of the available positions that they could have just been swinging from. But the counter wall play. What a play to make and what a call in the moment. Still, Fnatic overwhelming them. And Sentinels just did not look ready for that one.
2 players left alive, Zekken and Sassy. Can they make it work here? They're in great positions to deny the plant, and the pressure is actually on Fnatic.
Yeah.
But Zekken's just so out in the open. And his crosshair placement, there's no way he knows where anyone's coming from.
Yep, no one holding that angle, so Chronicle just contact pushing all the way up. Now left into that 1v3. Spike should be able to go down without too many problems, but
there's one of the walls.
It's Fnatic just waiting right now for the walls to fade away so that the rest of the team can help them out and get that clean plan off. There you go.
Spike planted.
Fnatic with this pistol round are going to be starting some serious momentum unless Sassy can work a miracle. But I think it's just far too much. He'd have to hit outrageous shots, and Alfia is equal to it. I feel like this is a rough day for Zekken. The amount of times we've seen him caught out is brutal for a player of his caliber. The coordination and the game plan just helping all of the Fnatic players stay on the same page a little more than Sentinels, who we've seen players get caught out and not be able to find the value. Yeah. No force buy either from Zen, so they're just accepting that Fnatic are going to go up 8-6.
Playing it safe, heavy presence from them in towards mid, but Fnatic, a great opener there, claiming that pistol round. You can see this in that, going to be that dash engage, updraft up over the top, so Doka looking to try and create some space, but Sentinels are not wasting any time, already making sure that they can fight them. Going to be a swing attempt now through into main. Jiggle of the movement there, but both are not really being baited out too much, and a shot to the chest will do it just from the Marshal in that moment, cleaning up these players one after another. Working towards building those ultimates.
I want to talk a little bit about how these compositions work, though, because Sentinel's comp is going to focus really heavy on mid control. They're going to have Astropoles, Viper Walls, you know, nades, so much stuff. Fnatic are probably not going to be able to get mid control very often, but I don't think they need it. The double duelist compositions excel at bursting out through one of the choke points really quickly and applying a lot of pressure to the anchors. So both teams have slightly different goals in terms of which area of the map they want to control. And this is going to be our first test. And Sentinels, they've got to come out on top here if they want a chance at continuing in this bracket. This was their map pick.
This is the one they have to win out, but Fnatic would love to close this out in 2. Early obstacle for them in the entirety of Lock-in, and we've talked about the hopes and dreams of this Fnatic squad, this Fnatic team, including Boaster. This guy who's just had his eyes on a trophy for so long.
That is a really nice timing on the wall from TenZ. Like I said, Fnatic want to burst through the choke points, and they were just starting to group up on A. I think they actually could do the same thing again, though. All get close, Leo walls up, and then they explode off the back of that. We'll see what choice they end up making.
Looks like that's the plan. Not making any noise. Oh.
If they do go for that, look how much pressure that's going to put on Sassy.
And spot it out. Here's the wall go up. Sassy has to back away from this one. Quick dash up there onto Flowers, and Durka nails the shots.
I think Durka was the only person on the wall. He had to win that.
Win it he does. Site's going to be claimed now for Fnatic. What an opener for them. Sentinels left grasping in this one. How do you try and salvage this situation? Do have positioning onto A ramp. You've got to clear through all this utility. Screens also is there for them. And look at Alpha. Great position for him. Ducking underneath this one. Trip is very nice. Wow. And Alpha just has the precise positioning. Second just cannot catch a break right now. And layers on layers. That crosshair placement. Just amazing for this. And Sentinel's forced to save. You just have to back away. You need to keep the rifles moving into the next one. But steadily, feels like this map in this series might just be falling away, crumbling beneath them.
Fnatic winning the bonus round is massive for them. They're going to have a ballooning economy. Sentinels are put up against the ropes here. And their defensive game plan fell apart because Fnatic have the ability to get up, over, and around that wall. The wall is supposed to give them some semblance of control in A main and allow them to rotate their players off to the other side of the map. But when Fnatic is so happy to just use their own wall to get over it, or, you know, updraft dash, blast pack, whatever, they have so many tools to be able to get around that obstacle that it means TenZ's utility is not quite as useful as it otherwise would be against other teams, other comps. Def is going to be hard-pressed to come up with an answer to this.
Timeout being taken.
Looking for answers from the coach as well.
I mean, this is a good timing for it as well, when it looks like Fnatic are sailing away with the potential win here on their map pick.
And the most important thing is that the Sentinels players are in position to receive Durka. I would normally say Durka and Chronicle, but Chronicle hasn't been playing that aggressively on the attack side yet. Yeah. Durka is way out in front. If they can shut down Durka with good anchoring, a smoke, a pull, whatever utility you want to put in there, but be ready to receive him. If they can shut down Durka, they'll rip off the tip of the spear, and Fnatic are going to be a bit stunted on these pushes. But I think that's a lot to ask. Durka has been in unbelievable form in this series so far. He's currently 18-8. He's just feasting. The only times we've seen him punished is when he just walks around with an op.
He's been a true difference maker. One away from that ultimate as well, but you are right. It's going to be the key for them. Putting a stop to these dash engages. Finding a way around it.
And a lot of the time, that is going to mean that Sentinels need to give space. When Fnatic invest really heavily, they need to walk backwards and absorb some of that aggression. Alfayez looking to absorb aggression over at A main right now.
Oh, trying to take the fight there, Sassy. A wider swing, but just a weapon not good enough for it. Sheriff in play, and that's an instant answer. Look at this from Fnatic.
A good mid-round call.
Yeah, players swarming that position. Neural Theft going to be giving great information as well. On top of this, and while Second tries to reposition, he's just caught out in the open.
That's actually Alfayez's ultimate, giving them that kill.
TenZ might try and make a play though. Trying to go for that crouch jump onto the corner. Definitely possible in some circumstances, but the weaponry is just so poor right now for Sentinels.
Yeah, and Def and Pancada need to save here, or they need to save at least one of the rifles. Pancada actually can buy into the next. So maybe he's just trying to keep the Fnatic economy under wraps, but Fnatic are going to be looking to buy for a long time yet.
Yeah, this is them.
You can't do too much damage.
I mean, sailing away with the game. The map and the game. You nailed the jump peek then, TenZ, but tries to go for a cheeky little peek there, maybe rip a head off. But
Leo might die. Oh no, he just gets away, safe in his corner. And that is not even a set plan from Fnatic at all, right? That is Boaster making a mid-round call that, all right, they're getting aggressive on A. We're set up to punish them with Durka and Alfayez, so now there's going to be an opening. Let's exploit that. I like the balance of set stuff with the mid-rounding that Fnatic's bringing out.
I could be wrong, but Durka, I'm pretty sure, just activated his ultimate by mistake there as well.
What, at the end of the round? Oh yeah, it's gone.
He did. Yeah.
Okay.
The right click.
No
away,
worries.
But okay.
They don't need it.
Listen, they're ahead already. 4 rounds. Why not? Adjustment made though. Sentinels. It's going to be the satchels. Working their way forwards. Fnatic trying to gain control of this. Slow orb at the feet. The players in a choke point. This wall is so interesting. What a...
Spike down A.
I got the spike.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Satchel out.
One enemy remaining.
Let's keep it going. Oh, I'm surrounded by minha família. We won't lose.
Shadows traveling, blinding. Shadows traveling.
Can't use that yet.
Flawless.
That should work. Should I play some stars in this reality? Right there. About there.
One enemy remaining.
Now as well, apologies for that one. Pancada left into that 1v3, has to find his kill onto Durka. Low enough. Single bullet might have done it. But he's just so alone right now. And he's being surrounded on every single side. The time pressure just too much. And a heartbreaking moment for Pancada, forced to just back away from the fight. Not a chance in hell, and it leaves no room for error now for Sentinels. With this Fnatic claiming that 12th round on the board for them. Map and series point within their grasp.
So many chances to convert this to Fnatic completely in control. Durka sat at 23-11. Sentinels forced to take a timeout. Pancada with a massive ultimate to work with.
You lose any of these upcoming rounds, and guess what? That's it. You're flying home.
That's a scary position to be in for Sentinels. It's America's super team. And just like the Loud project of last year, obviously, it's built for the long term. It's built for champions, but they were hoping to make a run here at lock-in. And they're going to have to pull out something absurd to make that dream a reality.
Early slow orb, need to try and push back the angle. That's that pressure being applied. Even the ultimate there into the back of the side. That's going to be clearing this one, and Boaster sticks it. Paranoia, does he want to open himself up a little bit too wide? Def should punish that indeed. He does. Showstop around the corner, and the swings are there. Good trades in action, but the pressure is more than on right now. Fnatic, they make it nice and even. 3v3. Boombot destroyed, another nade sailed right past them. And the wall just intersecting, causing all sorts of troubles. And to the back of it, Tenz was just so unaware of this, and a res online. And this is shambolic. Sentinels left in a 2v4, all on Sassy and Zekken. Flash ready. We'll find one of the targets, gets them into the site, but a crossfire, and a massive play needs to be made. Showstopper's back, round the corner, Zekken claims 2. The beam down from Sassy, and it's all down to Leo. What a miracle play, what a miracle performance, but Leo, he might just end it. Left down to the 1v1 second, he has to kill him and he won't do it. The hopes and dreams ended in a flash as Sentinels are sent home, and the Fnatic super team are looking primed and ready to continue in lock-in.
What an insane way for the match to finish. Sentinels did everything they could there, with Sassy and Zekken combining together to make such a winnable 2v4. And it gets shut down, the winning moment from a player, unfortunately not even on the stage. What a game though, and what an opener for Fnatic, showcasing that they are here to win. We said it, Brent, at the beginning of this year, if Boaster can't lift a trophy with this squad, I don't know whether it's ever happening. They are on a hunt, and they mean business.
Yep. And our first major obstacle. Massive matchup in the first round of matches against Sentinels, of course. We will have to say goodbye to them. We sent home winning this one, a brutal format, but pressure's on from the get-go. Tense situations, tense matchups between them.
And it is going to be a long-term project. Sentinels are aiming for champs at the end of the year, but they have a fan base that is hungry for results.
And they demand perfection. I would argue that both of these teams' fan bases, Fnatic and Sentinels, they have parallels in that. Really demanding that perfection and demanding that trophy to be lifted. There's one player right at the forefront of that. That's Boaster. You can see him there.
And I've got to be honest with you, I don't know what that celebration was. I mean,
yeah, could not make that one out. But.
Comments on a postcard, send them in with hashtag VCT lock-in. Oh, oh, it's served up on a plate, on a platter. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws for it. But that is a great way for Fnatic to begin this run. They've carved a bit of a path for themselves now. One of their biggest hurdles looked to be Sentinels in the opening round. We'll see just how deep this team can get. That was quite clean. They showcased great individual performance. Yeah. Durka with over 300 ACS on split and dominated map 1 as well. And the teamwork, the prep, what they showcased was lovely today.
That's what you'd expect from this Fnatic squad, is that they have that preparation in spades, they have the set plays. What has been lacking in the past of iterations of this roster has been their ability to adapt on the fly. But I think what we witnessed today, honestly, with all the upgrades that Fnatic have made, That doesn't seem to be a problem for them anymore. There were many moments where they were instantly reacting, whether it was a call to wall over the enemy Sage's wall or a showstopper play to try and punish. This team is very quick to react, intelligent across the board, and I mean, just heavy hitters. Scary, scary team heading deeper into this lock-in bracket now.
And for Fnatic, they always seem to be good to make a deep run. You know, they made top 8 at Champs in 2021, 4th at Copenhagen, 6th at Champs this time around as well in 2022. The question really is, how deep can they get? Will at some point they reach a ceiling? Will they run out of the set strategies? All of those questions, the answers are yet to come. We just have to continue watching the Omega bracket play out. But I'm excited.
Yeah, and they did overcome that first major hurdle. Now you can take a vote for your match MVP as well. Scanning that QR